Motherforking shirtballs.
What?
This is the bad place.
Welcome back to the channel. We got Americans realizing reality. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Here in the US, it is very expensive to live. Most people have multiple jobs, or you have one job and then a bunch of side income. So anyone who's looking to move to the US and stuff like that, just know the jobs don't really pay a lot here. Most of the time, if you go work at regular places, you're gonna need 2 of those jobs. And it's just the way it is, you know, and with inflation getting as bad as it is, it's likely that within the next 10 years, people might need 3 or 4 jobs. And this has happened before in many other countries. Things just get very expensive and it gets to the point where most people cannot live there. The US is basically a free-for-all. It's survival of the fittest. There's not a whole lot of government programs that help people that need help. Yeah, it's a dog-eat-dog world, unfortunately, here in the US, and I just don't see that changing anytime soon, if at all.
A friend of mine just wrote me and said he's in a meeting and that I need to stock up on groceries for the next 7 to 10 days, maybe longer, because whatever he's hearing in this meeting apparently says that production of these types of consumables as well as electronics is going to get really limited soon. So this is not a political post. This is just saying for everybody who was complaining about groceries being too expensive, I guess maybe this is going to be cheaper because you're just not going to be able to pay for them at all. What is actually going on?
Oh, y'all got free healthcare?
Yeah, y'all don't have that.
Free education?
Yes, basic rights.
Your rent $500?
Yes, I mean, what is your rent? It's more than that. Like, what the fuck?
You know, after being on Red Note, I feel like maybe we're not the greatest country in the world, man. Like, you know, maybe people that live in other countries are happy. You know, maybe we're not number one. Maybe there is other countries out there that are actually cool and worth experiencing and learning about. Maybe there really is other countries that have stuff that we don't have. Maybe we're not number one, bro.
If y'all did not think we were cooked before, I just went to Walgreens because I needed deodorant, and then I had a coupon for mascara, and I'm running out of mascara, so I was like, great, I get $7 off if I buy 2 items from L'Oreal. So I got these and this, and these 2 Dove deodorants. Guess how much it was before I used rewards? 68 US dollars! 68! If y'all thought we were not cooked before, we're now.
The reality of living in America is this. You'll work a job and you'll barely get any income from that job. And you have to choose between getting gas or food. Sometimes you might not even be able to afford either. Now, before anybody tells me, oh, get another job. 1, I don't believe that's the way that life is supposed to be, where you get another job. There's plenty of wealth and plenty of commodities to go around for everybody. So that's 1. And 2, all the jobs are structured the same. You barely make any income, you move along the ladder, you give your life away to the company, and then you retire. And guess what? You're just over broke. Just over broke. For most of us, we're literally 1 paycheck away from literally being homeless. It's a sad truth. For anybody that thinks, I want to come to America and it's going to be this land of opportunity, sure, it potentially be. But the reality of it is that you just end up falling right victim into the same system. Hopefully something changes, man, because this just doesn't feel like this is what it's supposed to be.
How many families have an annual income of over $500,000? We think 26% of Americans make over half a million dollars a year. We think everybody's rich. But really, just 1% of the country earns that much. We all make much less than we think.
Life in America is so expensive. Like, just to be a decent human being, like, I just got a haircut, some coffee. I'm going to visit my grandmother in the hospital. I got her a blanket and some chocolate, and I'm already at like $150. This is some weird ass.
No, because you, America, for making me pay, or for making me work 4 jobs while I'm in college in rural Tennessee, and I can barely pay my own rent, and I'm taking 19 credit hours on top of those 4 jobs, and I still can't graduate on time, and I still can't graduate early, even though I'm taking 21 credit hours next semester!
Hey, wake up. Wake up. Good morning. Hey. We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die from this.
I feel like I'm being so gaslit by the US government right now. Can Republicans please explain to me what's going on from your perspective? Because clearly I'm only seeing the left side's point of view, because I can't comprehend this and how people are so chill and so happy. I just can't get it. I don't get it. And I want to try and understand both sides of the spectrum, but I'm just not.
If you feel like everything is spiraling and nobody's saying it out loud, you're not crazy. You're not overreacting. The world is shifting in ways that are very unsettling. And your gut feeling, it's real. And I get it. The gaslighting is constant. The news cycle, the social media spin, the people telling you to just stop worrying. But ignoring reality doesn't make it go away. If you're overwhelmed, it's because you're paying attention, and that means you care. But here's the thing, you're not powerless. The reason they want you to doubt yourself is because they know that informed, aware people are dangerous to the status quo. So keep questioning, keep calling things out, keep supporting each other, because that is how we push back. The people in power want us exhausted. They want us to feel isolated, but we are not alone. We are a community, and we are stronger than they think.
Did you know that we're at a 15-year high of homelessness in this country? In fact, we are at the highest level since we began measuring homelessness. These are the 3 reasons I believe this is happening. Number 3, housing affordability. Housing is so expensive, and this is coast to coast. It's so expensive that folks are one mistake away from falling into homelessness. And look, most major cities have some sort of rental assistance program. But because housing costs so much, they can't help near the number of people that they used to. So more and more people are falling into homelessness with no way out. Cities, you've got 2 options on this, because the housing market is never going to self-adjust down. It's always going to go up unless some external factor forces it back down to affordability. So you got 2 options. Number 1, some sort of rent cap. These are wildly unpopular, especially in the Midwest. Option 2, municipal housing. This is where cities actually own their own housing and create their own affordable housing market. This is the best idea. In fact, Austin has been doing this for years. They are the model. Check them out. The more units that a city owns that are under market rate, the more the entire housing market has to adjust to those prices. It's the best option. In cities, you're going to have to do something because the market isn't going to fix itself. Number 2, we're not taking healthcare seriously. So think about someone who's living in an encampment. The goal is for that person to be housed, of course, but if you don't address the healthcare issues related to that person living in an encampment, they're going to become homeless again, and we're not. Look, I believe in housing first, but I don't believe in housing only. The house or apartment unit itself is not going to fix the problem. It's a good start, but if we don't adjust the model to where for every unit that is created, we have a commensurate amount of wraparound supports, we're never going to solve this problem. It is a healthcare issue. When you're solving for chronic homelessness, you're solving for severe persistent mental illness and substance use disorder. An apartment alone is never going to fix that. Number 1, cities don't have a plan. I have seen this my entire career. Cities, for some reason, think that they're exempt from being a part of this process. They also think that homelessness can be solved on its own, or it'll just go away, or the nonprofits will fix it. That's not possible. Cities, you solve problems all the time, and you solve complex problems all the time. Homelessness is no different. You have to do it the way you do every other problem solving. You got to find a leader, you got to have that leader have a plan, you got to support the plan, and you have to fund it, just like everything else. Those 3 things, if they are solved for, we are going to see the trend go down. If those things aren't solved for, homelessness is going to continue to rise in this country.
Let me tell you guys something with absolute certainty. The US empire is crumbling from within. People act like the last empire that fell was 1,000 years ago. No, it wasn't. It was Soviet Union just 33 years ago. And before that, it was the British Empire that fell some 60 years ago. The downfall of the US is very near.
The rest of the world is having a meeting right now in France to talk about what to do about the United States. We are not invited to this meeting. We are the topic of this meeting. We are the subject.
Invasions were not the only problem faced by the Roman Empire. It was also badly affected by civil war and social unrest. Civil wars were often prioritized over the struggle with barbarians. Democrat versus Republican, left versus right. Pay attention to the useless noise that we feed you.
America is completely divided right now. It's like a crazy time in this country. Never seen anything like it, really. I mean, half the country is like, this guy's evil. He's going after people that he doesn't like. And he's using his money and influence to do it. And, you know, the other half of the country is like, no, he's just, you know, doing what he thinks is best. And, you know, you don't know the whole story. And, you know, but in the end, I think we all just need to kind of keep it in perspective and remember that he's just an actor that played Deadpool. So we just got to move on.
One of my closest friends of like 5-6 years unfollowed me everywhere, but left me following her. It cut me off, but she unfollowed me everywhere, left me following her because of my political views. So I texted her and she said it's not about political views, it's about human race, and I love her. And I don't know what to say. I don't want to lose her as my friend.
During the election, all these Republicans went, gas prices, eggs, milk, they're way too high, I can't afford to live. Then after the election, when Trump said, hey, yeah, no, I can't do any of that, they went, well, I don't care about gas prices, eggs, milk, or gas. I just want us to be respected as a country again, and Trump is going to do that. Well, look at us now. The entirety of Europe and NATO just had a meeting without the United States there, talking about how they can distance themselves from the United States. Not only economically, but militarily as well. They are looking to no longer rely on the United States.
This country feels more divided than ever. People are at each other's throats over politics, social issues, or just plain nonsense. Nobody wants to talk to each other anymore. It happened at my mom's last week. My uncle made a comment about something he saw in the news, and within minutes, everyone started arguing. It feels like everything's about tearing each other down instead of...
Who'd you vote for in 2024?
I'm not living by these no more, bro. I'm done. I don't care about clothes. I don't care about no mother PS5. I don't care about no new game that came out. I don't care about these dumb ass rappers that's out. I don't care about none of that. I just want to be free. Main goal is to get some land and live off some land, bro. Grow my own, like, get our own garden. Start a family away from this bullshit. Like, that's all the nigga want out of life. I'm tired of chasing money, bro. I'm tired of chasing money. I'm tired of all of it, man. I'm just tired of it. A piece of paper with somebody's face on it.
I saw this one post on Hacker News that truly changed my perspective on entrepreneurship in America. Entrepreneurship is like that carnival game where you are throwing darts at a board. Middle-class kids can each afford one throw. Most of them will miss. One will maybe hit the side, and one will hit a bullseye, and that's the American dream. Rich kids can afford many throws. They will try and try and try again until they hit a bullseye, then they will give a speech about meritocracy and how all it took was hard work. And poor kids will have no throws because they are the ones working the carnival.
We were programmed that we grow up, get a job, education, start a business, whatever it is, make money, and that's what life is about. But if you sit down and think deeply about it, you're like, okay, so I go to school, I graduate, I start a business or I get a job, I collect all this money, I buy this house, this car, but then I die, none of it goes with me. So this whole concept of life that we've been conditioned to believe Doesn't make sense. So why are we here if that's not the purpose? Why aren't my cars and my homes and my money migrating with me to the next level when I die?
The meaning of life? When you drop everything and you fly across the country and you attend a friend's daughter's funeral, that's the meaning of life. When you drop everything and you go to the store and buy your friend a birthday present for $20 and you write a card with some meaningful sentiments in it and you show up at her door, ding dong, and spend a couple of hours with her on her birthday, that's the meaning of life. Go do something meaningful today.